Congratulations to the Dallas Mavericks on your first finals berth in over 10 years. I think I speak for everyone when I say this is something that was not expected but deserved. Everyone from the first to the 14th man on this roster has been phenomenal. Jason Kidd has really woken up as a head coach in this postseason. Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, some are dubbing to be the most talented backcourt in the NBA from an offensive standpoint. Some people are even saying of all time. This is going to be a one-take video, guys. No real cuts in this one. Obviously, if I cough or breathe, I'm going to cut that out. But if you're new here, please be sure to consider hitting that subscribe button. The support on the channel has been awesome recently, dudes. And we are uploading pretty much every single day for the playoffs. If you want to support the road to 3,000 again, please be sure to consider hitting that sub button. Without further ado, let's just talk about Dallas this season and what I think is going to happen in this NBA Finals. Obviously, this season, it starts a little bit up and down. We go back to the very beginning of the season. We're all wondering, how does this Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic tandem work? Obviously, last year, we saw this acquisition happen, and they ended up sneakily tanking. They did receive a fine for tanking, but they did tank their way out of the play and out of the playoffs so they could get that top 10 pick, so they could just keep what was rightfully theirs. And then, we're wondering, and we got 82 games, two of the most ball-dominant, talented, crafty finishers, facilitators, offensive powerhouse, whatever you want to call it. And here they are through the season. We go up and down, and then we acquire PJ Washington from the Hornets, and we get Daniel Gafford from the Wizards. And next thing you know, we go 24-8, I think it is, and then we're in the NBA Finals going against the Boston Celtics. It's absolutely remarkable. If you're PJ Washington's agent, mom, dad, whatever, same thing with Daniel Gafford. It's just hilarious to me that you're on the Charlotte Hornets and you're on the Washington Wizards, and now you're in the NBA Finals. I mean, it doesn't get better than that if we're talking about storylines, family ties, whatever you want to say. You can't be more proud of what these guys have brought. I said it once, I'll say it again. Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, the energy these guys play with, it's absolutely phenomenal. We saw a little bit of it as a Blue Devil at Duke with Derek. The energy that he can bring to the floor, but my God, this kid is so talented. I mean, in the pick and roll, and on defense, he's so vocal, which I absolutely just love to see. The way he shouts out everything, and on the offensive side, he's just as vocal when he's completing these dunks, the lobs that Kyrie and Luka so graciously feed him. The high pick and roll with Gafford and Lively is just it's unstoppable. I mean, Cat tried all he could to help and hedge this and blitz this, but it's not stoppable. So I touched a little bit in the last video in regards to what I think is going to happen in this finals. We are not entirely sure if Kristaps Porzingis is going to be playing for the Boston Celtics, but if he is, I think it's going to make for a very interesting series. An interesting stat I'd like to bring up is I keep seeing a lot of people say anyone in the West would beat Boston. Boston has lost 7 total games against teams in the Western Conference. 15 teams. 7 losses. I mean, that type of, in KP missed 3 of those games as well. I might add that type of statistic. It seems like a fake ESPN stat. Like I got that off Ballsack Sports. That just seems so fake. But it's the truth, guys. I think Boston, if Kristaps Porzingis plays, it really limits Dallas's defensive capabilities as far as packing the paint and making every single shot tough. Derek is so flexible. PJ is so flexible. Daniel's pretty flexible as well. But when you have Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, these 40% shooters from downtown, it's really hard to lock them up just because of how versatile they are. Obviously, Jason and Jalen have been phenomenal this postseason. Derek White has been phenomenal. Drew Holiday on the defensive side of the ball can't get enough love. I talked about this a little more specifically in my last video, but I'm interested to see how long Derek White gets that Luka matchup before we start seeing JT or JB get on that. Even maybe a couple possessions Drew. You can't feed these guys the same thing over and over again. They get a consistent diet. Next thing you know, it's wraps. But if you guys want to hear a little more about that, go check out my video from a couple days ago called "1 Year Can Change a Lot." Congrats, Dallas. I hope you're happy, Cuban. This trade, you kind of got a lot of flack for it. And here we are. It's funny. I had other videos called "A Year Can Change a Lot." A year can change a whole lot, man. We are talking about 1 year I think they were the 11 or 12 seed, and now we're the 7th seed in the NBA Finals. Shout out Dallas, man. Shout out Luka. Congratulations on your finals berth. Just remarkable stuff, guys. If you made it this far, I appreciate your support as always. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.